In On the Road, young writer Sal Paradise has his life shaken by the arrival of free-spirited Dean Moriarty and his girl, Mary Lou.
The only people that interest me are the mad ones. The ones who are mad to live. Mad to talk.
I did not know what to expect going into On the Road because I know it's based on a book, as far as I know at least, and I did not read this book, but I've heard good things about it, and I heard that people were excited for the movie because the book apparently is really good. It's like a coming-of-age story that defines a generation, that whole thing. And so I wasn't sure if I would have needed to know the source material to really enjoy the movie, but I decided to watch it without reading the book, and I have to say, I think I got the gist of it without having read the book. I don't think you need to, but I do think if you read the book, you might not like the movie that much, considering it's probably not as good as the book. Or at least from what I've heard about the book, I don't think it was as good. Because while I did think some aspects were good, such as the cinematography and the acting, I just thought it was a little bit too, not fast-paced, but jumping from one thing to the next, I didn't really get into it as much as you probably do when you read the book. But let's get a little more in-depth with On the Road, starting off with the plot. It's about this one character meeting people, you know, and experiencing things that shape him and change him into who he ends up being, and I'm all for stuff like that, but I think this one was a little bit too chaotic. Not chaotic, it's not a chaotic movie, but so much stuff is going on, and it's so quick in the sense that it doesn't leave enough time with each scenario and situation and character, in my opinion at least, that I didn't really get the full effect that, once again, you probably do reading the book. I'm sure it lasts a little longer in the book, and also you have time to kind of sit and reflect on it. Not like when you're watching the movie, it goes from one thing right to the next. And so if you were kind of thinking about this one thing that just happened, you gotta think quick because we're on to the next thing. I don't think this is really in the plot so much as in the directing and the fact that it's a movie and has to, you know, be a certain pace, I guess, and be within a certain time. But as far as the directing goes, I did think it was good, if not for the obvious problem I just explained. I thought the cinematography was great, and I thought that the tone of the movie was great. I loved the look of it, I loved the feeling that it gave off, and it really felt like you wanted to kind of be in this movie, like you wanted to go on these little adventures and stuff and be friends with these people. It was definitely good for that, but it just wasn't enough for me to really feel something story-wise. It was really more just tone and feeling-wise. And probably the best aspect of the movie is the acting. I really felt like these characters came to life, and they felt like real people, so I thought all the actors did a great job. I'm not going to go into specifics because I think everybody did equally a really good job. I don't think there were any standouts, but also, of course, no bad acting, I don't think. And overall, I obviously liked plenty about the movie, the cinematography, the feel of the movie, the tone, and the acting. I just wish that I had gotten pulled into it a little bit more. As I said, I wanted to be in this movie. I wanted to go on this adventure, and I just felt like I was on the outside looking in through the whole thing. It never really got me invested, and I don't know how much more I would have liked it had that been the case, because overall, I just liked it. I just thought it was okay. I didn't think it was anything amazing. I still think that it was lacking something. I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's probably just in the translation from the book to the movie. So, that being said, please let me know what you thought of On the Road, especially if you read the book. I'm very curious to see how it compares to the book, because I have heard great things about the book, and I'm assuming that is the problem. It's just something that you're able to absorb more in book form than in movie form. But let me know what you thought of the movie if you didn't read the book. Let me know what you thought of the cinematography and the tone of the movie. Let me know what you thought of the acting. Let me know anything that you want about On the Road, and that's pretty much it.
Desirous of everything at the same time. The ones that never yawn or say a commonplace thing.